I've seen that before on my trips.
You know,
So
is it working?
Well, I always see pictures.
How do you know?
Where's that happen? I want to go to that place.
That's his
and
job,
that
you
happens.
know.
And then you're like,
That's his job.
It happens here.
Don't show. Don't show.
He
We'll
really
go ahead
does.
and we'll call our meeting for the March Board of Education for the Newburgh Archer School District to order. And if you'll stand with me.
oh, speedy.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
But thank you.
For the roll call, at the moment, we're Mr. Thompson and Mrs. Wells. I think Mrs. Wells will be in a little bit. She is finishing the student parent teacher conference. We stopped by when that was finished. So. Need to approve the agenda as written. Need a motion to do so.
Motion.
Motion, Mr.
Second.
Brookshire, second, Mr. Spear. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries 5-0. There is no public comment on the consent agenda. We have the minutes from the February meeting, and we also have the ledger, financial statement.
I'll make a motion to approve. Everybody's ready?
Motion, Mr. Birdsong.
Second.
Second, Mr. Brookshire. Any more time? We're good. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries 5-0. Bills? Questions on the bills?
And then I did it for one today.
You there?
We didn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mr. Josh. Okay. Mr. Josh is with us now, so.
You want to add him in?
Can you hear, buddy?
6:35. By phone? You added one in?
I added
I didn't-
additionals today on the bills, so if you didn't see it.
Yeah, I printed both of those off.
How many of those were there, April? I didn't see that. So how many of those were there?
There were several, it was mainly refs and a few bills that were a little late.
Okay. Who is the Joe Gorman?
So he actually is the one that installed the mat in both
Okay.
gyms.
There is a charge on there, if you'll see it. I don't know. I assume you all are getting the same thing at home, but City of Newburgh Power Usage Assessment Fee,
I saw that.
they're charging us $21 a meter for 9 months to take care of the snowstorm situation. So we'll be getting that for the next 9 months.
Did that-
We have multiple
They
meters.
did that about 2 years ago too, when they had that high usage in the summertime. We paid a per meter charge for
Yeah.
about a year, maybe a year and a half. We had like 10 meters.
Yes.
Motion to approve?
For bills?
Yes.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Birdsong, second, Mr. Brookshire. Any further discussion? And proceed to vote. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries 5-0.
We have Josh. Do you?
Oh, Josh, are you voting?
Oh, hold on. We lost it.
I lost Josh. It's okay. Go with 5-0 for that vote.
Okay.
Hey, quit hanging up on us.
Yeah, don't hang up when it's time to vote.
That's it.
Okay, we're ready. We're ready for you.
You're ready for me?
We are.
They have your report in there. They have packets.
Yep,
I've got a copy
yep.
of it. Yep.
So it's kind of all just tumble jumbled because I was just writing it down as things came to my mind. So we did do the vision hearing screenings. Rolla Lions Club came in. They did pre-K and pre-K and kindergarten, because of their vision screening is only up to 6 years that they can use that on. So we ended up having to do vision screenings on 1 through 3, plus all new students. I also did vision hearing screenings on 5, 7, is it 5, 7, 9? Yeah, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Ended up having to do 13 referrals for vision for elementary, 6 for high school, 2 hearing referrals. Routine medications. Currently, I have 10 students with routine medications that are all controlled, that I take care of during the day. Let's see, we did purchase 4 LifeVac choking devices. I'm not for sure if you guys know. Adam, I'm probably pretty sure knows what those are. But they're the choking devices that you apply to the face and then helps to remove anything lodged. We did purchase 4 of those. And I did a training at our last PD day, or a couple PD days ago, and just for staff to be aware of how they are to be used and that they are the, last resort. You don't use them initially, you try Heimlich and everything else before. So I wanted to make sure that the staff was trained on those before we put those out, but they have been put out. Carl hung all of the signage, got all the boxes, everything put out for me. So those are there. Student visits, just kind of a small little breakdown. So 2,646 kids have been seen in the health office from August to last month. I don't have this month in that. And then it's kind of just broke down in, how many were seen, how many went back to class, how many were sent home, and how many times I've had to call 911, which luckily has only been 1 time so far this year. Hopefully we won't have to do any more than that. The Four Rivers Smile Bus was at the school January 20th through 23rd. They were able to see 21 students with 7 receiving treatment. So fillings, extractions, and, that kind of thing. So hoping that each year we can kind of build on that. I know a lot of the kids were extremely excited when I got off the bus. I don't think they quite realized, but
You're right.
yeah,
Right.
they have TVs up in the top of, so they just laid there and just watched cartoons the whole time. Yeah, and during the school day. So they went back and told all their friends, I got to watch. So I'm hoping we can build on that every year and get some more kids excited, because their friends were like, well, I got to watch TV last year. So hopefully we'll be able to build on that, get, a few more kids onto the bus. But 21 for our school, I think is
That's good.
a pretty good numbers for the Smile Bus. We are doing preschool screenings next week. I think we have 22 kids signed up for that. So I'll be doing, vision, hearing, checking immunizations for all those kiddos coming in. We've also got Four Rivers is scheduled to come down on April 24th. They'll be doing physicals for anybody participating in sports. I did send packets home with every single 5th and 6th grader, because the 5th graders, it's going to be new to them and to their parents, getting physicals. It's all going to be a new experience for them. They're also going to be doing immunization clinic for our 7th graders and 11th graders that need their Tdap and meningococcal for 8th and 12th. So they'll be performing all of that for us on the 24th when they come down. So immunizations, physicals.
That April.
April 24th, yeah. I've already talked to MU. I've got them scheduled to come in and do another Stop the Bleed training, which is part of SB 68. We have to have Stop the Bleed training every year for our entire staff. They're already scheduled to come in August 18th at 9:30, and they'll come in and they'll do their Stop the Bleed. They came in last year and we had a really good response to it. The staff really liked it. They liked the presentation. So we're just gonna
It's very
stick with
hands-on.
them. Very, very. And I was able to get Stop the Bleed kits. So because part of SB 68 also is you have to have Stop the Bleed kits. So there is a Stop the Bleed kit with every AED and LifeVac choking set up within the school if you ever need it. One of the things that I didn't write on there is I did do hand washing with pre-K through 3.
Yeah,
Went
we
to the
talked about that at our last
classrooms.
meeting, I think. So.
The little glow germ kit, I don't know don't know, I don't think I did it when I was in school, but it's pretty much just like a little lotion you put on their hands. They look at their hands underneath the blue light, and their hands glow. So you send them to wash their hands, and then they come back, and then they can see how well or not well they wash their hands. They seem to really enjoy it. We had a good time, lots of laughs, and they realized they aren't washing their hands the way they're supposed to. So it was fun to get into the classrooms and actually be able to like do something and kind of participate other than just being in the office. The last thing on here is the Masonic Home Grant. So last year, Brian Stevenson approached me and said that since the Newburgh Masonic Lodge had joined with the Rolla Masonic Lodge, the deal when they joined was that they were to, anything they did for Rolla, they were supposed to do for Newburgh when they joined. So last year they were able to get together, and I think they raised like $1,400 for the nurse's office, and I was able to get a bunch of hygiene products and just things that the office was, needing. This year they did a pancake breakfast for me. They put on a pancake breakfast. They were able to raise $5,271 for the health office. So with that, I was able to buy it's called a Good Light Illuminated Vision Screener. So I know the paper vision screens that you guys probably all remember when you were kids, they just hung up on the wall and you had to stand so far. Mm-hmm. Well, this one's illuminated. So there's a light behind it, so it's easier for the kids to see, it's easier for them to read. So I was able to get one of those plus stand cover and then all of the little sheets to go in there for the kids, and we'll get to able to use those next week with preschool screenings. I'm so excited to see how it works, see how well they do with it. I was able to get a new audiometer, which is the hearing machine for hearing tests. The one that I had, I don't even know, I want to say it was like 20 years old. I'm not for sure. It worked. It was great. But the headphones on it were really small and round. So it would like clip the top of the kids' ears or the bottom of their ears. So I was able to get ones that have a bigger headset that'll fit over their ears a little bit more comfortably. I got a Zoll AED, semi-automatic AED, to have, because we need to have, with SB68, we have to have an AED within 3 minutes of any possible cardiac event. Excuse me. Right now we have one in the ag building, 2-story building, cafeteria, and I have an extra one in my office right now that would go to the snack shack, because it's a little bit older. It was bought in 2003. So I'm working with MIMSA, who the state appointed to pretty much divvy out of the free AEDs. I sent her another email this morning, but I haven't responded. She is hoping that she will be able to get us another 2 AEDs, but we can only get them for Title I schools, and the high school doesn't qualify as Title I, just the elementary. So fingers crossed we can get 2 more, and if we can get 2 more, I can put one in the elementary, one at the snack shack, and one in the bus barn, just in case. That way we're within that 3 minutes wherever we need to be. I was able to get an AED wall cabinet, plus I got a Zoll AED trainer, which is amazing. The AED trainer that I had was just small. It worked, but it really isn't going to train. So to have a Zoll AED trainer that looks exactly like the AED trainers that we may actually have to use is amazing. So I was able to get that. I was able to get the Stop the Bleed decals, kits. I was able to purchase clothes, office supplies, just other office supplies that, was needed for the grant, with that grant money. And it's been an amazing partnership with with Masonic Lodge. They've been really good to me the past 2 years.
Like
Great.
So
that's awesome.
yeah. Any questions?
Well, hopefully next year, whatever they decide to do, if they do another pancake breakfast, we can promote that a little bit. I vaguely remember seeing that, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I think
Really
we
on
put
my
it on
radar.
Facebook,
But
and
that would be something to really promote.
And it was on KZNN too.
Yeah, we might send it out.
I think they had a decent turnout.
Yeah, they
They
did.
had to.
Yeah.
Money's good.
It's
It'd be nice to call our staff and
mhm.
everybody involved on that.
A lot of pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of pancakes.
It was,
That's a lot.
they were really good pancakes too, so I mean,
We
as
did.
fast as they were
Still a lot of
putting them out,
And
but,
all the toppings, I mean, there were a bunch of toppings.
yeah, it was really nice. I was
Sound like you were there.
really thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to come up with something to like send them a thank you, maybe
Yeah.
get the kids with the equipment or something
That'd be
and
great.
take a picture and kind of
That'd be
give them a
good.
thank you.
That'd be-
Yeah.
that'd be-
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, because I do Newburgh Days Committee and sometimes like that's a lot of work. It's a lot of planning and a lot
It
of
is.
work and,
Most
volunteers that you have to get in there to get all that stuff done. So, I mean, I'd really like them to know how much I really appreciate them doing that for me because it was pretty amazing. Any other questions about what I've been doing or?
Awesome. Keep it up.
Keep
How
keep
things
doing
are
what you're
doing.
doing, you know?
Doing great.
I'm trying. I'm loving it. I'm having a good time. So I know that's probably a far cry from that first couple of days when I was crying at Tracy's office.
Cry was the right word there.
I was crying at Tracy's office. I don't know if I made the right decision, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
We're glad
It's
to
just
have you.
good to be back down here.
I think
Glad to
everybody's
have you.
pleased to have you.
Yeah.
I think you've done an
You're doing awesome.
outstanding,
Thank you.
outstanding.
Yeah.
Be a resource,
That all.
all of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's last year was a lot of organizing and cleaning and
Yeah.
figuring out what we
Yeah.
did and didn't have, and then
Yeah,
this year
sure.
it's kind of like actually putting all of that into motion and actually doing. So I appreciate you guys saying that. That's
You've done extremely well.
good. Thank
Extremely
you.
pleased.
Well, I hope
You're-
I'm able to continue that
Lots of
going
good-
forward.
Lots of good.
Good.
Hear lots of good.
Good.
So that's always
Yeah.
positive.
Awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So thank you.
This is all here for them because it's Board Appreciation Night, but if you want anything, help yourself, but I know also if you don't want to stay. We put you
I'm
on the
gonna
front
have
end.
to go home.
That's right. But if you want to cruise by it as you go.
Yeah.
make
Take a plate with you, that's all right.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank you,
much.
So the FFA report's gonna be moved to April. They weren't quite ready to do that yet, so.
Sounds good.
Got a lot going on.
And it's-
Kids wanna
This
be
is a
involved.
busy time for them.
It is.
It's contest time. so-
And they want the kids want to be involved and she wants to make sure they're ready. And
They
I
were
said,
last year.
they won't
They did a
mind a
good
bit
job.
if we move it to April.
Nope.
No, it'll be fine.
They had an area event.
She thought she could do it, but then when it got closer, she went, I overshot myself.
Yeah, not a problem at all.
Okay, Mr. Dunn, I believe you're first this time. I think Ms. Wright went first last time.
All right. See the enrollment there. Attendance went down almost 0.5%, but we expect to go down a little bit with the sickness we had, at that stretch. You saw pictures online recently. They had their first annual Farm Fest. I know they kind of toggled some different names of that, but I think Farm Fest stuck with the kids with that. But just an amazing event, so well organized. Kids brought in some of their personal farm animals, and I was a little nervous about that, leading into it, but it was so well done. The kids were so careful, so cautious. They know their animals and made sure that the elementary kids coming through were orderly and not going to startle, anything. And we had cow and a horse and chickens and duck and just all kinds of different. There was also crop production and making butter and all that sort of thing. So the kids went through their stations. It was an incredible event. The weather was perfect for it. It was really, it was an awesome experience. So I think it was definitely a hit and probably something that will continue.
Awesome. Great.
That same day, Dr. Murray has a history of training therapy dogs. I think she's on her third now, and so her dog's first visit to the school was that same day, and she was blown away by how well her dog did on the first visit to the school. But and I think Miss Wright will speak more to that because I think she was more on the elementary side, that day. But I know she came by the office, but it's something. It's a passion of Dr. Murray's, and she takes the dog around to different places too, and just serves others through that. But just a really cool thing to have. And let's see, a couple weeks ago we had Edgar Springs here for their tour. Went really well. We actually had them back last week for a volleyball match. Had some parents go on a tour of the facility, so they got to, and the FFA had an activity going on that night in addition to the volleyball game. So got to take them on a tour and answer their questions and explain a few things. So it's good for the parents that were able to be here, you know, to get their eyes on our campus and some of our staff and our kids and the activities and that sort of thing. So volleyball is just about done. I think tomorrow night's the last, you know, probably a shorter season this year than what it will be. I think the plan, and he probably speak more, the plan is to start a little bit earlier next year and really get in that K-8 circuit with the games that a lot of the K-8s are playing. But we go to Plato tomorrow night. We'll wrap up the season there. Got a lot of contests coming up. Frisco League math contest was held at the beginning of March. We had several students medal in their events. Paige Lewis and Brockton Fide in the 8th grade. Test Algebra 1, Haley Steffi, and in Geometry, Abigail Lewis and Gavin Russell. So students doing well on that. Same week, we had our art contest. Way too many students to talk about. If you go on Facebook, there's a long list of all these kids who won awards. The big one, Brooklyn Fight, won the high school best of show overall. So she was the award winner for the high school across the Frisco League. Our junior high took first place overall, and our high school took second place overall. It was a really good showing for our kids that week, so the math and art. Miss York recently went to the School Safety Specialist Academy. It's the same one I went to in the first semester, so now both of us are trained school safety specialists in that, so that's going to serve us well moving forward. It already has a little bit, and let's see. We're also looking at sending maybe some additional staff to go through that, staff that just see things through a different lens, sending them through that training. So that's something we're looking at. There's offerings this summer, but they have offerings throughout the year. Safety committee met on March 5th. A good cross section of employees across the campus, whether it's, you know, Carl, the nurse, teachers, admin. We also have Doolittle Fire Department represented there. Brian Stevenson was the one that was there, but him and Brandon may tag team that. Glenn Sushank, you know, there from the Sheriff's Department. So bringing everybody together just to talk about school safety and what's going on, planning for the future, that sort of thing. It's probably one of the best ones we've had. That one at the beginning of March was just fabulous. The team, there's just some really good ideas, some really good conversations about just how to move things forward safety-wise. And so glad we've got that going. We also discussed an upcoming docudrama that we're going to be having in about a month. Well, it's actually about 3 weeks now, up at the fire department. So there's going to be a staged car accident, head-on collision caused by a drunk driver. We're going to have some student actors. First responders are going to treat it like it's a real thing, probably cutting people out of cars. Coroner's going to be there. I think the helicopter's going to be there, all that. It's going to be probably a very emotional experience for our kids. We're going to have a parent or two involved in this as well. And so we'll be doing that on April 9th. If we have weather, we're looking at putting that off a week. We've got that planned. Appreciate the MRPC out of St. James and Brandon Williams. They put in a lot of work in helping us, you know, plan this. So got that coming up. Our FFA, first two-time winner of the GAR Equipment Blue Ribbon School Award, comes with a $1,000 prize with that. Just incredible, you know, what our FFA is doing. It's just another notch there for them. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, that's awesome, because they won the very first one.
Was it the
The
first
first
one?
year they won the
Okay.
first one, and
Yeah.
then the first two-time winners. So
Yeah, so now, yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just, you know, the guy, if you watch the video, I shared the presentation on Facebook, but he talks about it's not the size of the school, basically the size of the fight, you know.
Mhm.
But it just really just spoke well of our kids, you know, for, you know, just their, just how good our program is, you know. Softball team, we had some recognized for academic all-state. The team itself had a team GPA high enough to be academic all-state, which is phenomenal. We also had several students earn that all-state recognition individually. So Abigail Lewis, Kinley Hammock, Paige Dyer, McKenna Sushank, and Brooklyn Fight. So just awesome job with our kids, you know, just being student athletes, but students first. So we appreciate them. The ACT, the pre-ACT was given on March 6th. We had 27 students take the test. 17 received a qualifying score that we talked about for the A+ scholarship. So no matter, and most of those kids probably already took the Algebra 1 EOC, but no matter how they did, they got a qualifying score. So now they've met the math requirement for the A+ scholarship, which is something that, it's one of the reasons why we did the pre-ACT, so our kids get that math requirement. I was really pleased that we had 4 kids, juniors and seniors, who specifically took that test to get that math requirement so they could get the A+ scholarship, because it's really the last piece they're missing. And 4 of them took that test and met that requirement. We had a couple others that could have taken the test and probably would make make that requirement. They ended up not taking it that day, but I think they're going to take the ACT next week and go for that one. So just providing our kids money to go to school, opportunities they may not have had otherwise. So I just appreciate the work that Ms. Smith and Mr. Moyers put into organizing that. I think that's it. Oh, our new principal is going to be on campus tomorrow. Just pass that along. So she's going to be here. Just kind of see what a school day's like here and meet our staff and our kids and be here for a meet and greet.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dunn.
Any questions of Mr. Dunn? Thank you, sir.
A lot happening.
Good stuff.
Your turn,
Let me
Mrs.
go
Wright.
next. Okay.
Okay.
So on March 9th, that was our last PD day. We did work with reading specialist Jill Brown. Great day. She's just a great human. She's very
pretty phenomenal, isn't
knowledgeable. What's that?
She's pretty phenomenal, isn't
She
she?
is. I think Doug even made the comment that he could talk to her all day.
Yeah.
I mean, he came down and visited with her a little bit, which was good. So the 3 of us kind of talked so he could kind of see where I'm going, some of the things we're doing, the elementary, which was good. And she's just fantastic. So, thank you, Tracy, for introducing her to my world, because she's great.
She's the best.
And she's just what we need, and my teachers really got a lot from her. And they're looking forward to her coming back next year. So March 30th, we are going to do some PD on our new math program that we purchased, Everyday Math. So the teachers they're ready for that. We've kind of been building for that. Would have liked to have had that training a little bit earlier, but we could not get on the same page with the training people. So it is now finally scheduled for. 3rd grade went on their field trip to the Capitol. That was good, as usual. They go there every year and always have a good time, learn a lot. Pre-K screening, I know Tabitha mentioned that we are having that on Tuesday and Wednesday coming up. So, a 3, 4, or 5-year-old, send them our way. So, Title I reading night, we're doing this a little bit different this year. We've got lots of stuff happening there. We're going to have an Easter egg hunt. We're going to color eggs. We're going to have a book walk, all kinds of fun stuff. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, we draw a lot of parents in that night to be with their kids. Easter egg hunt usually gets kids wanting to come, so drags their parents in here. So, Angela Mercer will do her Title I presentation that night as well, and go over our data and our RSP plans and different things like that. Community that show parents. We will feed them pizza, so they like to come for food too. So, Too Good for Drugs program was here again this year. Mrs. McClanahan she just does such a great job. I could talk about her all night. I mean, she, from her leadership group with 6th grade to her career day presentation with 6th grade to her lessons, she's just her friendship groups after school. She just does
Above and beyond.
She does. We are very, very lucky to have her. 3rd quarter assembly was March 11th as well. Lots of students recognized there. We kind of Drew over there, he kind of said to me after that, now I know what to prepare for next time. I think we kind of bombarded him that day. We need this, we need that. He was complaining, but
Here's this.
he showed up and he got it worked. John's volleyball net was in our way, but we made that work as well. The other side, so it was good. April 20th coming up. there's a PD day. We will do our map training on that day. And I hope possibly if there's time, we may begin working a little bit with do some vertical lining with our new map. So we'll have had the training, so we may whip that out if we have time, depending on what our agenda says.
We
So,
got some vertical alignment.
professional development.
Good time.
Fane and Wood, they're finishing up their second year BTAP. Pre-K 3 went to a Young Years Conference. They had a blast. They were sending me pictures and of this is so much fun. I'm so glad we went to this. So it was great. They had a good time. And then our literacy coaches continue to work with our pre-K through 2 teachers. I am also looking into third grade next year as well from our PDC. I think I might be able to have that in the works. Our attendance is down a little bit. My building got hit really hard with the sickness. So we had a 91.96%. Still not horrible, but it did drop. And then our numbers stay about the same. attendance-wise.
Any questions for Ms. Wright? Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Mr. Sinley, you want to fill us in on spring and how things are started?
Well, I can give you a few recent updates. Finishing off winter, Coach Robinson was co-coach of the year for his district in basketball, so that's pretty impressive considering we didn't have a girls basketball team last year. All conference, all district players, Gage Holderby and Jace Dyer were both all conference and all district. All conference girl was McKenna Shushank. All district girl was Laney Coughlin and Kenna. So we had 2 girls and 2 boys. Like I said last month, the state champion in Class 1 girls, St. Elizabeth, which was in our district. Class 2 state champion in boys was Eugene, which was also in our district. So both state champions were in our district. So just some bad luck there. I would expect our boys to be Class 1 next year. So it's a shame it wasn't this year because I really think we probably could have made some noise. Class 1 in boys basketball, we got second, and Class 2 in the Team 1 state. So some numbers for spring, which I'll put on the report. Spring golf, we have 8 participants, which is a good number. I think, it's terrible we didn't have baseball, but it did help our golf and track numbers both. We've got some kids that just played baseball that are doing track and golf now. Track, we've got 24 high schoolers, and I didn't put in the middle schoolers in Misha because we're an affiliate, but I believe we have right at 20 middle schoolers in track. Volleyball, which we're doing right now, we ended with 13 players, which is enough for A and B team. I think the girls have had a blast. I think our coaching staff's done a good job. We talked about playing a couple games and shortening the season, and we did get a late start, of course, because we had to wait for Coach Robinson to finish basketball before we hired Abigail. So next year we will start earlier, and we will, we'll play some more K-8 schools. We'll also add Dixon and Lakeway will be 2. They both play middle school volleyball. So we'll play a pretty good schedule next year in middle school, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe the next year we'll look at adding high school volleyball. So that's something, it'll take a lot of work because that means we'll probably have to move softball to spring. So we've got a lot of talking and a lot of communicating to do there, but not ready for next year. I believe we have 2 8th graders. So those 2 will get some work in as freshmen next year, and then following year we'll see where we're at with high school volleyball.
Awesome.
Very good. Any questions for Mr. Sibley? Thank you, sir, for the work. I know it's been tremendous amount of organization to get all that to work.
I've got lots of help, so
Well,
these guys are.
somebody has to lead the pack, so appreciate that. Really good.
It also seems like we're starting to maybe grow some numbers a little bit. We're getting some interest back. Seems like I'm sad that we've lost the baseball, and it's going to be hard to bring that back.
It is.
But I'm glad because it sounds like softball's getting fairly solid and basketball's back pretty strong after a good season this year. I think that'll help reignite some sparks and see what happens.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's helped our golf. You know, I think we'll be able to fill a golf team with full team scores because they're baseball
You
players
bet.
that are doing golf. That's honestly,
I'd have to hold the club a little bit.
I won't tell you what I told
I'm
Tony
working on
today.
that.
I have no doubt that you have to work on it.
But honestly, you know, I think I had 5 kids come out golf that have never swung a golf club. Realistically, after tonight, 3 of them are going to be able to help the team. I mean, they're
That's
listening,
awesome.
they pay attention, they're wanting to learn. There's a couple of them just don't have a lot of athletic ability. We're still working with them, but
Mhm.
3 out of the 5 are definitely going to be able to be.
Playing sport, they wouldn't have played otherwise.
Yeah, so that's
I don't know if I should say it out loud, but they're already hitting golf balls better than they hit baseballs.
Truth hurts sometimes.
That's our. Anything else? Thank you, sir.
except for Mr. Semmel.
Remember,
He
you
can't
said
do
that
golf ball.
out loud. That's all right.
I'd like to see him try to hit.
All right. Ms. Kingsley?
Yeah, financial stability. Just wanted to mention that, you know, we've received the majority of our taxes already, or 99% of our budget so far. And about 70% of our anticipated state aid money. In total, about 73% of our estimated revenues for the year, putting us really identical to where we were last year. So it was along well there, and we've expended about 63% of our budgeted amount. So again, really just right in line with our estimations. So we're in good shape. Want to mention that we eliminated 1 bus route. We're still looking for a driver for the summer, but we don't have bus drivers. We're in a situation now where it's just difficult. But our enrollment has gone down over the last couple of years, so us reducing one of our routes made sense as well. So we did do that. We spent some time making sure we had everything laid out. We got it out to the parents ahead of time, and everything went super smooth. We didn't have any negative feedback whatsoever. So everybody's kind of fallen in line on that. And principal said they haven't heard anything, so it cruised along pretty well. Some of this is just redundant because the things that are going on, I was thinking about too, but the staff attending some of the professional development, like the Conference of the Young Years and instructional coaches, Joe Brown being here, they're going to work a lot on data meetings, multi-tiered systems of support, small group learning, I think, are priorities for next year. I mentioned Mrs. McClanahan. I mean, she just did such a great job with those 6th graders for career day and pulled that whole thing off. Wow. Their presentations were phenomenal. They just put the time into it, and then all the classes got to come down and go through it. And what a cool thing for the elementary to get to do. I just was really impressed with the whole thing. Art and math, you already kind of covered that. They're just had standout month. FFA and sports receiving a lot of accolades as they progress. And so I know Mr. Dunn spoke to that a little bit. The A+, I just want to make sure you all knew that. I mean, that was one of our big goals, was to try to get more kids the opportunity to have the A+ scholarship and get their eyes on something that they could be capable of that they didn't maybe realize they were capable of. And it was just a nice conversation we had in the hallway that day with Mr. Moyer and Mr. Dunn and Mr. Smith, and she was just so thrilled with the kids' performance on their tests. And the other thing, that piece of that is, yeah, we're getting them A+ scholarship, but guess what? Our kids academically performed. And so when we're looking at MAP scores and EOC, and we're looking at the deficits, and we're worrying about instruction, or you know, just how we're doing with curriculum and all those pieces, they took that assessment when given that opportunity, and they got it. And so I just felt like that was the other side of that. They got the A+, but also our kids were able to perform. Kudos to Miss Shuey and the people that are really pouring into those kids to learn those things so that they can perform on those tests. So wanted to just mention that again. Then, yeah, Mr. York, he completed the safety academy, and, you know, this year we were required to have the 2 safety coordinators. And so he was our second one. Mr. Dunn is the primary. And so he completed his safety academy. And we're just, you know, now leaning into that emergency operations plan, which is a very involved product eventually that we'll have. And we're using the K-12 safety protocol to go through that. So I think it's what a great way to look through all the different lenses of safety in our district. And then we've got the training now, we've got the protocol now, and we're going to be able to get those things in place for next year. And then I just want to mention is Board Appreciation Month. You all are so appreciated. I know it's a thankless job. My mom was on the school board for many, many, many years, and I know the stress that she went through and the things that you all deal with. And I appreciate you. I know our students appreciate you, our staff appreciate you. And Oprah went out of the way, as Sarah does, because she loves to make food and do things for people, but she set up a good portion of that, and then our CTA did the other portion of it. So all of that is just out for you all tonight, maybe to make it a little bit more of a special meeting, but thank you all for all you do. And April went out of her way too and made sure we talked about this basket and the bags, and she made those things happen for you. So hopefully you find some little fun goodies. You'll appreciate it. Definitely got a little bit of an elementary spin to it. But April was like, ooh, let me have a little fun here. And I'm like, yeah. So she had fun with her little survival kit for you guys. So I hope you all enjoy that as well. But again, very much appreciated.
What is that?
Josh says it figures you got nice food while I'm gone.
Darla already took yours.
It won't go to waste, Josh. Don't worry.
Tony's got you covered, buddy.
That's all I have for this evening. Questions?
Did you lose him?
No, he's still there.
Any questions, Ms. Kingsley? If not, thank you.
Mhm,
Thank you.
mhm.
We'll move into our action and discussion items. We had tabled the stage curtains last time, so that'll be our first item is the purchase of stage curtains.
And we really just look at the big gym, and the problem is that that curtain's gonna fall. It's just in terrible shape. It served us well for probably the life of the school, but it's, it's at
Probably
the
not
end.
that long.
I don't know.
At least as old as Doug.
You remember that?
But it's not-
Really?
I mean,
We
I'm
estimated it
sure
was
we
very, very,
replaced
very.
it.
Well, I liked life at school.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we have two bids there for just replacing that. These companies that sent bids also for the little gym, but I just don't think we're ready for that right now. So A to Z, theatrical supply and service. They had a bid for $12,500, or with the back liner on it's $13,500. And all that is then if you're on the back side of it, it just makes it look nice there too. It's just sealing in all of the stitching. So that's all that is. And then ATC, Associated Theatrical Contractors, came in at $17,529.62. ATC is a professional theatrical group. They're the ones that if we were building a big theater, that's probably the one that we'd want to go with. In this case, we're looking for more of a simplistic use of that curtain, I think. So I think you could go with the cheaper one, and I don't think it would hurt anything. But those are the two bids. We'll just do the spotlight separately later because one gave a spotlight bid, the other one didn't. We'll get that figured out. And it's that's more of a $1,500 cost, so we can take care of that later. But these are the two bids that I have then for that curtain.
Colors. Can they do
Well,
colors?
They can, and I figured we go with the same green unless you all had a different idea of that.
Okay.
So you all have a different
White.
thought. Huh?
Sure don't want white.
No.
Yeah.
And that green, I think that.
No,
color
it's
is
fine. I
really
just didn't know
nice.
if they would be capable to do that.
They had, we just select the color later. Now, if they have a big problem with that, we might have to back up, but it said it in the color of your choice. That's the way
Okay.
they kind of presented it when they talked about it. Yeah, I think there's a variety. No black, right, John?
Right.
We don't like black, right?
No.
Right.
Any questions?
Everybody loves the mats. That's.
They do love the
That's
mat. They do love the mat. I was just waiting. I opened the door for you.
Discussion on the, any thought about the curtains?
Did that ATC give any time frame?
Let me
I
peek.
didn't see anything.
Didn't see it. So I'd say the answer is probably no. I had 14 to 22. You said ATZ. Which one did you ask about?
The ATC.
ATC.
Yeah, the other one said 14 to 22
Yeah, they said a
weeks
little bit longer. I will.
after.
Yep.
Could be 6-7 months.
I feel like one of them was shorter than the other, like a quicker turnaround time, but now I don't. It's been so long since I looked at. Yeah, curtains require 6 to 8 weeks from time of order approval.
So ATC.
Yep. Yep.
6 to 8 weeks.
A little bit shorter time period. And if you were going to use that for more theatrical and continue to develop the theater down there, more of a stage, all the layers of curtaining, that's not a bad way to go. But everything's cost so much that maybe you don't want to do that, But both of them would be installation. They'll haul off the old curtain. Well, they'll haul it to our downstairs. do. But we won't have to haul it to the dumpster. I think
Some
one,
of it's recycled.
But they'll take it up.
you think?
Well, A to Z says they'll dispose on site.
On site. I remember reading that. It said it on one of them.
So no, they won't. Let me rephrase it. They take it.
They'll just take the parts they want.
Yes.
There won't be any parts there.
And again, you know, if you look at a school-based company, they were just more expensive because they just don't deal in this. It's a bigger product than I think they're used to.
So we need to make a motion.
Well, if we want to buy a curtain, we probably should make a motion.
I make a motion that we do the cheaper.
Is that A to Z?
A to Z.
A to Z for, you want to buy the backing or not the backing? It's 12.5 versus 13.5. Do we need the backing?
The only thing I would say is we do a lot of weightlifting up there.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea to have that sealed.
Might get into
I
that.
think,
You don't
I
want
think
somebody
the
picking at
backing would be a
For
good
the-
idea.
Well, one thing about it, if you get it without it and you go, man, we should have got it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Any kid who picks
the
at
left-
things that pulls at things,
Well-
I wish you had.
I mean, if you look at an extra $1,000 over the life of this curtain, it's probably gonna be here 20 years.
And here's the thing,
I
This
mean,
one here's been over
if
100.
you're, let's say,
Exactly. Thank you.
if you're doing plays and different things and
Moving.
you're gonna get stuff on the backing rather than on the actual curtain.
Yeah, that's where the kids are.
I'm not opposed to it all, I just, yeah, I think it's.
I
the right thing to do.
say we get the backing.
I'll second that
There's something a little bit of the back.
with the
Yep.
A to Z,
Yeah, A to Z.
A to Z.
Motion made by Mrs. Wells, second by Mr. Shear to purchase stage curtains for the big gym at a cost of $13,500.
Yes.
Yeah. Any further discussion?
Let's hope it's not an ugly green.
Well,
I'm pretty sure we'll be
Because
able
if
to,
anything, I'd rather go with black than
We get
some
14,000.
weird looking
Says
green
to
that's
add
gonna
15
clash
or
with that green in
so
there.
far.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I know.
so you, 14,000 total.
I know, it's kind of a easy green.
you know,
I'd
They
rather
said
go with
6 to
black
8
than
weeks.
like
Yeah,
the
one
ugly
thing.
green.
I'm sorry?
It's gonna clash.
One thing, no, if we took the
Oh,
spotlight
you're
off
right.
that ATC, it'd only be $2,000 difference. 6 to 8 weeks instead of 14 to 22.
they were 17.5 just for the curtain.
Or was that including the
The
spotlight?
spotlight is on the back for an extra total 1,500. So ATC was 17.5 just for the curtain.
Motion on the floor is to purchase from A to Z for 14,000 for the curtains. Further
With the
discussion?
backing.
With the backing.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? Which is fine, it's the motion.
Yeah, that's the most.
Is there a, if seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries. 6,
You good, Josh? You there, buddy? He's there.
hey Josh, you sleeping? Okay,
Okay.
you voting yes? Okay, motion carries 7-0.
So are we making a motion about the light or are we waiting on that?
Waited.
I don't think you'll need to because it's only gonna be about $1,500. So that's the most. I mean, I'll get another one and then we'll just kind of see because that's a smaller amount. Maybe I'll tell them. Yeah, we'll see what we can get from them.
Or we're gonna let Carl dig it out.
You're gonna let Carl hang it in the rafters?
No.
Well, he uses it on stage. He rolls it about.
He'll have his name on the side.
We're gonna have. Yeah.
Right.
Are we gonna let Carl climb a ladder?
Yes, we are.
Still gonna be
Okay.
old ones.
Let's move on.
That's why we need a new one. Again, life of the building, maybe.
We need to approve our contract with our
Yep.
OT and PT, right?
Yeah, no changes to that. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's not OT, just PT, right?
The
Uh,
OT and P.
it's all of it.
The same place?
Yeah, she runs it all now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was OT and PT, building independence therapy? Not there yet.
If I'm wrong, I'll
Lost
get
you.
back to you, but I thought it was both of them. Did you think that this company runs them both? You think Kristen's separate?
Is she separate?
She might be separate. Now, I'm like rethinking what I just
Well,
said.
I think we think Kristen.
I think Christian's separate. I think this is just PT.
You there, buddy?
Does she just do,
We think Kristen and we pay going independence.
we
So,
do, but I was still thinking building independence had some OT or some of both.
It's just Kelly.
Okay. Yes, that's Kelly.
Kelly does
Oh,
OT though.
Then I'm wrong. Then,
I think it's OT and then.
Are we
Kristen
talking
does
about
PT.
Kelly Jurgensmeyer?
mhm.
Yeah, she's an occupational.
But she does the company now, so I thought she was doing both
Oh,
of it.
well, maybe.
You know what I mean?
I'm with
But
you.
Maybe
we
she
do-
has a
Maybe.
PT.
I really thought so, but we do pay this other gal, so.
You're
Anyway,
right. You're right. She's OT. So I
Yeah.
think
well,
it's
we have the
OT.
contract in there, we can pick it.
She used to work,
It's in there.
she used to work.
Yeah, pull it up so we know.
Yeah, let's peek in
It
there.
might be good to know.
Know what we're gonna
What we're
vote
voting
on.
I didn't look, I just assumed it was.
I know, services provided occupational therapy.
Who does our PT?
Kristen Gillette.
That's an individually contracted.
Somehow I thought Kristen had gotten under her umbrella, but you're right, we're paying her separately, and it's not listed in here,
On
so.
the bills we do.
Mhm.
On the bills.
On the bills we do, so.
All right.
Yep, it's all over.
Motion to continue with building independence therapy. Motion, Mr.
Second.
Brookshire, second, Mr. Birdsong. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please raise your hand.
Saying yes.
Okay, are you saying yes, Darrell? Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Motion passes 7-0. Thank you, Josh. Summer school calendar. Fill us in on that.
Yeah, I put some info together for you.
Yeah.
Really what we want to do is go from 22 days down to 20.
Yeah.
And then our summer school will be June 1st to July, or to June, not July, to June 26th. Sit down, stay still, Miss
That might be a
Wright.
couple extra days.
Jumped up out of her seat. And then originally we ended at 3:30. It's just such a long day. We'd like to reduce it to 2:30. It still allows for enough time for them to earn the same credits at the high school level. So that is what we would like to do. And then I just put down some numbers for you so you kind of see where we stood in the past. The cost of journeys, summer journeys for 24-25 was $53,562. And that's based on our enrollment, so that fluctuates from year to year, but that's a pretty good estimate. And then it just kind of shows you how we might save with that. Evaluate then would be a standalone cost if we chose to continue with Evaluate. I will toss out to you that we are now doing STAR testing and reading, which is a much more involved assessment. We're going to add STAR in math, and this is going to be up through 8th grade or 6th.
It can go all the way through 12.
Well, but we probably maybe aren't ready for that. But for us, for next year, we're going through 8th.
We've got a meeting scheduled with
We've got
them,
a
so we
meeting.
can learn a little bit more about some.
So for right now, our plan is just through 6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So what we're doing is we realized that STAR math and STAR reading are covering all the standards. I'm a little hesitant to go away from Evaluate because I know what that provides for us. And so they've set up a meeting so we can listen to STAR to find out a little bit more about it. And then we've got a meeting with Evaluate so we could really make a more informed decision. We don't want to test our kids too much. We already have a 4-day school week. Testing can be a little redundant. If STAR is giving us what we need when it comes to standards and it comes to curriculum and student needs, then maybe we need to be thinking about how much we're using Evaluate. So there's no decision to be made on that at this point, but I just wanted you all to know that we're exploring that, given the new information that we have about what STAR is doing for us. But if we chose to go with Evaluate as we've done it in the past, this would be the cost. Because it would not be included because we're not purchasing Summer Journey. So you can kind of see where with the enrollment anticipation right now, this is what it would cost us, about $5,000 to do Evaluate for 1 year. Which I think is a drop in the bucket to $53,500. So, or $53,500. I think it's reasonable for us to move away from that. Teachers are excited about it. We didn't have a lot of teachers who even wanted to teach summer school. This is kind of re-energized them. Now they're thinking thematic units and things that are fun for them to do, and they want to come. And so I think this just gives us a chance to look at this a little bit differently.
So we're not buying the 50.
Well, that's what I'm
If we
presenting
say
to
no
you
tonight,
guys.
then no.
I always wondered why we did that. What was?
It was kind of the new thing at the time, and
It was.
it brought in the
A lot of schools
curriculum.
did it.
It had, at the first
Even
time or
Towson.
two, I think it was not bad. But then I think they even changed hands in there somewhere, and I don't think it was the same after that.
They just bring a lot of materials that the teachers don't use, and then we store it, and then we move it, and then we throw it away. And you're just not using
We
it.
have never used that any curriculum. Like the teachers come up. Now we do have like classes. What we've done is we have classes that for those kids that are real behind. Like
Yeah, sure.
they're not going
And we'll
to
provide Title I services. Too.
right.
We have
So-
extended school year for one kiddo.
So we provide like, like a kindergarten class, a first grade, a second grade, and a third grade for those kids that were like, they're virtually not getting ready to pass. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
that's kind of that last, like, let's see if we can.
See if we can push them over, yeah.
And then the rest of the classes are classes the kids get to enroll and choose
Mhm.
what they want to be involved in. So like you might have a class that's open to first through third grade. It's all on like fairy tales
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Engaging.
Right.
Engaging.
Or pets and
Mhm.
and learning fun things.
Yeah. And
What were some of the
my
themes? I think I
teachers are
told you all
already-
that.
I have a packet that I've been working on. It's just not quite done yet, but,
I think there was a world traveler
there's world
theme.
traveling, there's
Yeah.
Time of some
outdoor
kind.
adventures, there's pets,
Pets.
there's,
Now we're too small of a school for them to be able to move around to the different units, but at least within their grade level area, they would kind of follow that thematic unit and do lots of different cross-curricular things with that. Fun activities,
have
just more
one-
engaging.
Yeah, you bet.
Just the outdoor conservation. will
yeah,
support you in doing
Christy
a lot of
Campbell's
stuff.
doing
Yeah, we talked
Okay,
about that.
She's already.
We'll
on
take
that.
field trips, do all
Yeah.
those things, give out attendance prizes on a regular
You can
basis,
let them
because
go
I think
fishing.
we'll move away from the
Yeah.
gift card. We want to move more into the prizes, probably give a lot more of those and recognizing kids being there. And it'd just be kind of a different feel. We'll
I
still
know.
go down to Edgar Springs and try to draw the kids up and give them an opportunity to come
Yeah.
and sell it to them.
We're
and we'll just
creating
say,
our own packet, like Journeys would give us the
But the
packet.
teachers
Yeah.
are
I mean,
excited about
there's
it.
a little bit more work on
Lot
our
more.
end.
I'd say more work.
But it's okay, it's worth it. I mean,
Good with it. Sounds awesome.
Re-energizing ideas.
So,
Yeah.
so we need to vote on this?
We do.
I'll make a motion. We move to the new program.
I second it.
Motion by Mr. Birdsong, second by Mrs. Wells to update our calendar to make the change for summer school to reflect 20 days instead of 22 days. And our time going from 7:30 to 2:30 instead of 7:30 to 3:30.
You bet.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
We gotta vote.
All those in favor?
We gotta
Motion carries. Josh?
Josh is a yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Adam, why don't you just start voting for Josh? He doesn't even have to speak.
I'm gonna do this. That's two hands in the air, Josh.
Now I'll say thank you.
Okay, buddy. We got you.
We move this all the way to executive.
Hmm?
We move this to executive?
No. No, not the discussion.
Okay.
We have to just be careful that we don't get into
Yeah,
anything.
I put some data in the executive folder instead of in the open because it was so.
Yeah, because it doesn't contain people.
Moving on to our next is we had talked last month a little bit about how we might want to change our procedure of when the teachers come in to our district for hire, how many years we let them bring in as we hire them. Currently, our procedure is 10 years. So regardless if they work 15 or 12 or 20 or whatever, we still let them bring in 10 years and that's all. So they start at step 11, just where they would start instead of where they may be at with the years that they have accumulated. So we just kind of started about that discussion last month. We didn't really, we asked for some numbers of how that might affect the budget. I think in your packet, you saw about 5 different individuals that might affect. Okay? Because we have to go back and pay some that if we make the change, we have to go back and catch them up. So, in your packet, you saw that amount would be about 32,000 something.
One plus 24.
So why do we have to catch them up?
Not
Because
catch
they,
them up, I don't think you, not in the past, but just moving
Yeah.
forward, you
Well,
would
they
catch up
move
their
them.
years of service.
they would have.
Oh,
years of
so the
service,
difference between
the
what they
difference
would
between what they
and what,
would,
okay.
but we
Yeah.
have them
So I was
at.
like, why are we catching them up?
Yeah, no, we're not going back.
Okay,
Just moving
gotcha.
forward, catch up their years to get them where they should be. So they'll move multiple steps.
That's not the painful part of it, it's what could happen going forward. In my opinion. The new hires. Right now it's 5 people, but if it turns into 15, then what do you, I mean,
So we're,
it could get expensive.
so we're looking at, okay, say that again, Doug. We accept 10 years, but we're looking at accepting
All
all
of
the
them.
Actual, their
All of-
actual years.
The thought is all of, now, there's 2 different numbers on your sheet, if you look. The number for all of the years would be about
Right.
32 something. And that's counting all the expenses. That's counting, 24 was not counting the retirement and social security.
Right.
Gotcha.
everything.
It's
So when
actually
you put it-
$1,000.
Yeah.
so when you put all that together, it's about
Gotcha.
32 something,
Okay.
okay? If we also talked about just doing 15, moving that to 15 years. I can't remember that off the top of my head, what that
Eleven.
was.
11,
12,000 something?
Yeah.
12,000. So about,
So
well, less than that.
I'm gonna say, yes, it's like, do we wanna do that? But I'm just telling you, we're moving into the direction of, I don't think we're gonna have a choice but to offer all the years when people come in and apply, because we already have such a shortage on teachers. And I mean, I know when I just made the move, I'm making the move next year to Waynesville, and that was one of the things. They said, we'll give you all your years.
A lot of districts are doing that.
And a lot of districts are doing it
They just
because they
realize
have
they
to.
need 'em.
What
They
happens
have
when
to.
hold harmless goes away, when they pull that funding, then how do we pay it?
Mhm.
How do you pay it? If you don't
I
have the
know.
funds to pay it, how do you give
You
more
trim
than
down your
what you can
staff.
pay?
Mhm.
Then
Trim
you,
down your staff.
then you get rid of teachers. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in a real bad spot with our enrollment.
I know.
That's
We
the
are.
only, is it deserved? Absolutely. Is it affordable? If they pull our funding, you can't afford it. You cut staff.
I know.
Immediately.
I think it's good discussion to have. I think right at this moment where we sit with the state funding, as far as our budget goes, it's still too much in limbo. We don't know what the foundation fund is gonna do. We don't know what property tax is gonna do with that new bill sitting out there with, wants to get rid of property tax. I don't even know what that means. But, so for that, those 2 for sure are a question of, a huge question. Is the grant going to stay? The difference between what our base is versus what state minimum is at 40,000, that has to stay. Now that's $45,000 have on just the grant. Too many unknowns in my mind to make that decision. I agree with your statement. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Is it warranted? Absolutely. Can we afford it? That's the question.
Mhm.
And once you make the decision to do so,
Yeah.
then that amount of money never goes away.
Yeah.
It's just like putting money on the base. It's always there forever.
Now, I do want to throw this out, not just when you hire a new teacher, you hope they'll stay 30 years. You hire a retired teacher, they're not going to stay 30 years. So that's not going to be something that's a very long period of time.
Yeah,
If
I
they
mean, that
get
number's
critical
gonna,
And
shortage,
we're
gonna
gonna have a lot that's
fluctuate.
gonna retire.
say that again.
Well, there's gonna be retirement pieces that we have to consider as well. I mean, if there's a teacher coming in, 25 years of experience, they're not gonna stay for another 15.
That's what I mean, yeah.
They're gonna have
So
five
they're not
years.
going to
Yeah.
have that, they're not going to stay as long as, it's not
Yeah.
a forever situation.
yeah.
That's just something to think about.
If they stop
Now,
funding-
critical shortage, you're only allowed to work 48 months.
Yeah.
But with the war waiver extended to 2030, most people are going to hire under the war waiver.
or-
For the long-term
we're lost out
sub.
of $2 million.
So you could look at that up to 2030.
I mean, it's-
So to me, it's just something
The other part of it is, though, you got to keep figuring out how you're going to get quality educators. We're going to continue to educate these kids which is what we're here to do, and prepare them for the future, you know, we have to keep up with trying to bring quality people here.
I don't think that's a, I don't think any, I think we all want to figure out that it's just, it's gonna have to be a lot less if we lose funding, a lot less quality educators. I mean, we all have to be willing to accept that.
And every district's gonna be in the same, if we lose funding, I mean, if they, all this stuff changed,
Not
we're talking
everybody's
about.
setting at 276 and getting paid for
Yeah.
350.
You know,
I mean, it's,
all those things won't change at one time. And we know that we've been watching education for a long time. So all those things changing at one time, not gonna happen. But it's all out there.
It's all out there.
So you gotta be prepared for if it would happen. And those ramifications aren't even said yet. They don't know what that even means. So to make a decision when you don't know what funding may or may not qualify would not be good at this particular moment. Budget does have to be approved by the end of June, so we would have to do something by the end of June. This doesn't affect anything for this year anyway, this would be for next year, of course. So still that decision can be made. But let's get our facts.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we're right. That's just my thought.
Yeah, I mean, I
sustain it.
I understand the sustainment and all that too, but I think with teacher shortage, it's gonna be something we need to look at, and maybe it's not full years.
Well, that's
But
why
maybe
everybody's
it's-
done it. though.
But maybe it's more of them.
It's because of the shortage. They had to give those years to get the people. And I understand that.
But you know, we listened to our principal reports tonight, and the names that were given are people who are gonna fall within this.
You can't pretend.
And
that
we
the veterans haven't made a
can't
difference
replace
here.
them with a new person and what they're bringing here. So we have to consider that as well. And it's very valuable to me.
It's made
But I
a
also
big
understand Matt's
difference.
point that there may be a time if we did this, because we can't go back. Because once you cross that line, we're in it. We may have to cut something else out of that. So I think it needs to be a pretty good, healthy
We're
discussion.
funded off a cushion that's right now. It's not really, that doesn't exist. I mean, that's the cold hard
Yeah.
facts, is our budget's inflated by numbers that aren't there. I mean, it's.
Right.
And that could go away.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
honestly.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like,
It's not
do I
statute.
think, everybody we talk, I mean, that's 100%, but there's a lot more to that, in my opinion.
Are there any other Frisco League schools that are doing that?
Yeah, they're listed in your.
Probably most
here.
of them.
Oh,
Most
really?
most of them are.
Probably most of them
Yeah,
doing
Licking,
full
Licking,
year.
Dixon, and Crocker allow them to bring all their years, retired or not. Dixon does not count any parochial private school years. Iberia lets them bring all their years, but they haven't had any retired teachers yet, so she said she
I don't know.
anticipates they would do it, but they haven't.
We may be.
Stoutland allows them to bring all their years, they're considering
Well,
stepping backwards on retired teachers and going back to step one
Us?
on Warwick.
I think so.
So they're considering, they've got some funding things that they're trying to figure out. So they are going backwards. They are considering that. But most schools, if they do it, they require that the employment is verified. They send out that verification.
Yeah.
But those
Oh,
are
I
the
think
rules
you'd have to
that
do
me.
that. I mean, you can't
Yep.
just, I hate to say it, but you can't just say because someone says, I've worked this long. that
No, you gotta
can't
get-
You gotta
You gotta
verify.
get,
Yeah. I mean, it's gotta be verified.
it's easy.
Yes.
This and this.
Well,
Cost
I
us,
had to send a form
32
to every
next
school I
year.
worked for.
if we did it all at one time.
We've got one
They didn't
position that
keep
we're not
us
bringing
in
back.
They said,
2.5.
no.
It's
please
more
don't
than a
do
year.
that.
We're cutting down 2.5
It's
and we're
forever.
actually considering a potential.
Yeah, it's this much to catch us up, but then it's that much each year.
Well,
If we-
on top of
To get
whatever
on.
else you're trying to track, if you
What you bring in. Yeah. You can either afford it or you can't.
Yeah.
I know, my biggest concern is making sure we have
Agreed.
quality teachers here.
Agreed.
Find the balance.
Now, the
We-
big thing is
we've had a.
we have 6 of them
went through
now.
some times we didn't.
We could have 4 of them next time.
Right, could be. Just
So-
depends on how
You know,
works out.
that's gonna, but it could be 8,
Mm,
you know.
could
I
be.
don't
Could
think
be.
so, but it could be.
Could be, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of possibilities that you can't.
No,
Put your hand on
you just have to look at where you are now.
Are you comfortable waiting till we know more information? Or what do you want to do?
I'd rather wait till we have more information.
Josh,
mean-
you hear all this?
Did you say we
Yeah,
don't,
I'm kind of with everybody else on this. I mean, I see the pros and cons and would love to do it for all the staff, but Matt's right. The sustainability can be an issue. I think we need more information of what's going to happen short term before we we commit to this. So,
It seems like every year though, we go through this with.
We do.
Are we gonna get funded for this? Are we gonna get funded for that? I remember last year's budget.
Same
We didn't
one.
know whether we were gonna get $4,000 or $6,700.
It'll be the same way next year too.
And it's gonna be that, it's always that way.
Right now,
You won't know till June. Don't, you're not ever gonna know. Just, so to do it early is hard to do.
But at some point, we gotta do what we feel is best for our kids and to continue to educate them. That's my stance on it.
Sure.
That's what we're here for.
But it's also not gonna hurt to wait another month or two. Right?
No, it hurt either.
No, the only difference is we have teachers going to re-sign with this coming up here. It'd be nice for them to know. I mean, that is a nice added
Nice to
benefit,
know.
but still,
But
it sounds like we're going to wait.
The table,
I think we're going to.
I say we have
think
to
we're gonna
table at least until next month. Just,
I think to be wise with our dollars, we don't have much choice.
Although the other side of it is if we're waiting on the state of Missouri to tell us something, we're not going to know until
Hey, June.
September. So,
Yes.
that's
we're
the
not
other
in a
side.
hurry to help public education right now. Thank goodness the work that's been done with the board here, the 91% reserves. I mean, that is,
Because they're coming up.
we are
with
not
cards,
sitting
all that stuff.
in the same position as many small schools are sitting.
oh yeah.
You're right, that we are sitting on some inflated numbers
Josh does
because
not
of
want
the
to
whole
talk to us.
harmless. But thank goodness that we're not sitting at the 2.75% tax rate. We're not sitting at the, not having the reserves. There are people that are, I've talked to some of the superintendents, but one of them is just deficit spending to get to just, I mean, they're just counting pennies just to try to get as much as they can and keep their reserve at 20% is what she's shooting for. They're just playing a very different game than we're playing right now. So at least we're sitting in that. We're not in any sort of danger zone. And
That
I'm
would
just,
not play.
my goodness, when I sit and
Put
listen to
together
all
a
the
plan,
things
yeah,
struggling
but
with-
put together, I mean, over the month, we can put together a plan of if we want to do this, how we're going to afford it if we lose this funding and see what we can do.
That's a good
I
idea.
mean,
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out where you're going to make cuts and agree on it and move forward. If we can
Yeah.
afford it, we can afford it. If we can't, we
Well,
can't.
we are
But affording
trimming-
it,
I'm making
losing
a lot of
funding,
that.
we're going to have to make cuts. So we need to have a plan.
Mhm.
If we do it, how are we going to afford it if we lose money?
So one of
Show
the
us
things
that.
that we're doing right now is we are trimming down 2 staff members.
Mhm.
And really, you could say 2.5 because we're also trimming down a para. Now, you never know what you're gonna need in paras, but when you do with special education, it's 1-to-1, you're gonna get more funding. on it. So there's some other pieces of the puzzle, but we have one that's not a special education aid and we're not gonna continue with that one. So that was all local funds. So there's about 2.5 positions right now. We had a lengthy discussion in our admin meeting today, very lengthy, about some shifting around that we could potentially do in the 7th through 12th grade. I know it's a lot of refiguring on schedule, which is a big undertaking for Mr. Dunn, but we think there's a potential we could trim down one more. And so if you kind of estimate about 50,000 per person, if we took 3 down this year, that's $150,000.
Mhm.
We're already sitting on a good budget, but we're not deficit spending, and we're gonna come out on the plus side, I believe, from the numbers I'm looking at. So we continue to monitor our ins and outs so closely that if we can stay within our budget, then we can at least be confident that we've got this big reserve. We're staying within our budgets. We're trimming down staff as needed. Those things will be the
Which
difference
even
makers.
With the
for-
trims, our cost per student is still extremely high.
Agreed.
It's still extremely high.
It is.
So, it's just, I mean, like I say, if we can figure out a way to do it, I'm completely for it, but a way to do it without inflated numbers that could go.
Yeah.
That's what we need to just have a plan. If we can come up with a plan that works, let's do it.
Do we know, have we had kindergarten screening yet? I'm assuming not.
There are low numbers right now. We
You
only have about
would
8
heard
that
it.
have registered for kindergarten. We
How
have
many?
12 or 13, 14?
12.
12 that have registered for pre-K. But we always have lower numbers now than we will later.
I mean,
That's
So,
typical.
but 8 is all we have right now in kindergarten.
Or 8 or 9,
Maybe 9.
One admin.
maybe 9.
But again,
Yeah, I don't.
But
This
we
is
always
very
do.
early.
They
Like
come
a
out in August, they come out of the converter.
Yeah.
you can count on 5 in August
Yeah.
almost every time. Just here with the way that's worked out here. And then what might trickle in from now through the end of the year, once they see we did screening. Oh, wait a minute. How old are you again? Like sometimes you have a couple more coming before the end of the year. So we're hopeful hopeful that we'll get a few more, but that is something we're really aware of. And that's something why
Sure.
I think our conversation in our admin meeting was so lengthy
The
today,
numbers
because
is why we're cutting staff.
we're trying so hard to look at where are places that we can trim down because of exactly what you said. You know, if they take away hold harmless at some point, we ought to be prepared for that. So we got to keep trimming our staff down and be very mindful of how we can do that. The elementary has trimmed to just about as far as they could go for next year, unless you start putting multi-level together.
Well, we don't want to do that.
No, you don't.
We don't want
No. So now
I
our
don't
next
think we
positions
can
are
do
to
that
look
because we
at
have
middle
like 40
school.
kids in
We're
a
not in a
class.
position where we need to do it.
No, it's not needed.
No.
No, but the other thing is if we're down three positions, I mean, that's already pretty decent
150,000.
savings.
Big
Yes.
jump, big jump. So, yeah, it makes a difference. If we just continue to be mindful of that, it's just hard game, you know, we talked extensively about today. All the
Started
different
somewhere
ways.
today.
Because there's a very creative planning that Mr. Dunn will need to do so that we can still try to get our kids maximum electives and opportunities to explore things while minimizing the staff it takes to do that. And it's just it's kind of we
And I
talked a
don't
lot
know-
out of the box.
I don't know that
thinking.
we're to the have to on that either, so, I mean, I wouldn't cut something just to make it work on your side. I
Well,
guess
we've got
that's
some-
my
Well,
angle.
our numbers have just gone down so much that we're just trying to be really reasonable
Yeah.
about what our needs are. And having a class with 2 or 3 kids in it is not necessarily reasonable.
Yeah,
So we're looking at how can we recognize that, because it's not good for the kids either.
Yeah.
It's not a great class to be in.
Yeah.
So how do we kind of navigate that with what our needs are? And so he's just got some ideas right now to do some planning that would not sacrifice the kids' learning, but would potentially maybe bring us down one more. And then maybe that's a place you could stay for a couple of years. So we can still keep providing good education for those 7 through 12 also. I think we're fine at the elementary, but to provide a good experience for our 7 through 12 is the challenge.
Yeah, exploring some ideas. I want to make sure that kids still have some choices for some of the programs. Kids gotta have a place to go every year. And so putting that
It's
together in the
quality.
schedule, putting that together in the schedule, we also have teachers that teach junior high and high school. And so it's a big puzzle to put together and just exploring some ideas on how we might be able to tweak some things.
We got some creative ideas. We're just gonna see how it plays out on paper.
You bet.
And it may not, but it might. So it's gonna kind of go down that path. But we had a lot of good discussion today about
We'll take years of service on hire, move it to the table, be on agenda for next month, for April.
plan to have a preliminary budget for you next month. So then we
Yeah,
can look at
see
it
how
a
it
little
ties
more
in.
holistically and see what those things look
Looking at April, our regular meeting would be the 16th of April. I saw on your Friday.
I'll be somewhere else,
that You
yeah.
couldn't be here on the
No.
16th, so it might be hard to have a
like.
meeting
Yeah,
on the 16th.
unless y'all wanted to roll on without me.
That's an option.
I have a commitment as well.
What's that?
Are you just part-time now or what?
No, I sit on the South Central Regional MSTA, and that's when we have our big spring. Where we
On the
do-
16th?
Where we honor the retirees and the,
How many days do we have to do after the election? 14 days?
We could move it to the 21st and do meeting on the Tuesday of the 21st.
I'm good
That'd
with
be the
that.
last we could do it.
I'm good with that.
You good for the 21st?
Yeah.
Because you would need to be here because you don't get sworn in.
Hold on just a minute. Would the 15th at all work, and would that be too early for you? I'm only looking at that next week being a PD day. Oh.
I guess Serena.
I'm sorry?
Saying about-
You have to have the reorganizational meeting
Yeah.
within 14 days. You don't have to have your meeting.
Right. yeah. We usually just try to.
Combine
It's
them.
kind of the same exactly as this week. I mean, would the 15th at all work? It's a, doing it the day before on Wednesday like we did this week?
I may not be back. Got golf that day. I'll school league tournaments that day. I'm not even sure where it's at.
That would be a little better.
What about Tuesday the 14th?
I'm sorry? It's getting off early.
That's
We're
very
starting to
early.
push bills pretty hard.
Get
Very
them in.
early.
And there's no way she gets it done,
Yeah.
gets them in by the 14th.
Yeah, the 15th is really tough.
The mail's been super slow. To give you reference, my bank statement came in 2 days ago.
Oh, that's lovely.
You ended up calling it.
I would have never got a statement.
So that's just what we have to do.
It's just so slow, so I get bills like
Time
way late.
Close to two. Between 1.8 and 2.
She won't know, I don't think, but, because they can't absorb it. They can't think, but saying I don't think never works very good.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not, but
It's pretty solid.
it's been in the system for a long time,
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
you know, so
You
that,
look
that,
at the
that
size
one,
of schools.
that one doesn't bother me as much. Losing whole harvest doesn't bother me near as much as knowing what they're doing with the current things that they're talking about. That scares me to death.
It's all factors.
Because they just, anyway, it's a game. I get tired of it. All that game gets tired of it. 21st work for anybody?
Sorry.
And the 16th's not working, the 15th's not working. 21st work for people?
21st works for me.
21st.
Sorry. We can make it work. It'll be a long week. We'll make it work. No. So I'm choking.
James,
I'm still sick from last month. I'm still getting.
you're good, because you'll be sworn in.
And that's our last day, because it's 2
That's
weeks
our last
after,
day.
because the 7th is the election.
Our last day. That's possible. To do reorganization.
Yeah,
You could have your meeting whenever you want.
yeah. Better just to do it all at once.
We have a
You
PD
need
day.
to have your meeting after reorganization
PD day.
because you new members supposed to come on Saturday.
Saturday.
So, 21st?
I'm on Saturday. It's gonna be a week.
I need a sick day too.
21st, principals?
Yep.
Matt?
Yeah, I should be.
Okay.
It's already on the schedule. Did you just put that on there? No. Who
We'll
did
need a-
that? Good
Doug,
Lord.
me and Doug
Need a
did it.
motion to change our meeting
Motion for
from
the
the regular,
21st.
from the regular time, then it'd be the 21st.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Birdsong, second, Mr. Brookshire, to change from our regular scheduled third Thursday to the 21st of April for our reorganization meeting at 6. And then our regular, 6:15, I'm gonna do,
Normally we do it 6:15,
okay.
but it doesn't matter.
And 6:15 is fine, it only takes a few minutes.
Yeah,
6:15 for reorganization meeting, and 6:30 for beginning the regular meeting. All those in favor, please raise your hand.
6:15.
Motion carries. Josh, you good?
Josh is good, yes.
7-0. Need a motion to go into executive.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Shear.
Second.
Second, Mr. Brookshire. I'll do roll call. Mr. Wells. Mr. Lewis. Mr. Shear.
Yes.
Mr. Brookshire.
Yes.
Mr. Birdsong.
Yes.
Josh, you good?
He says yes, too.
I'm good. It's all 7-0. We'll take a 5-minute break. We'll come back. You can turn that off. Ready?